Welcome back to another video. It's been a while, but today we're going to be doing representing metric units. This is a review for upcoming test. This is touching on the standards MD 2.5, 2.6, and 4.9. So we have a review here. It is about 5 questions, some with part A and part B. So this is a video where you can watch and I will ask you to pause the video in order to solve the answer. So let's start with question number 1. Question number 1 says, Sarah has 2 kites. One is 12 centimeters longer than the other kite. You have to decide if the 2 lengths could be the length of Sarah's kites. You choose yes or no for each pair of lengths. So you have 2 options here. So the choice here is you have to figure out which one has 12 between them. Very simple way to figure this out is subtraction, because one of them is longer. So this is what you need to do. Look at our options right here. So our first option, let's call this option number A, is 68 and 72. I need to figure out if this space right here, which should be 12 centimeters, if there are 12 centimeters between these 2 numbers. I can figure that out by doing some quick math right here, which is subtraction. So I'm going to put 72 on top, minus 68. If my answer is not 12, then this is not the correct length, because that means that these 2 are too big for these kites. So let's look here. 72 minus 8, or 68. So 2 minus 8, I can't do that, so it needs to borrow from the 7. 7 says, okay, buddy, so it turns to a 6. The 2 gets 10 more, so it turns to a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. 6 minus 6 is 0, but of course it's 4, just 4. So is that 12 centimeters difference between the 2 of these? No. So that's my example there. So let's look at the next one. Let's call this B. We have 70 and 82. We have to figure out if there are, 12 centimeters between the 2. Go ahead and pause the video right now and click resume in order to figure out the answer. Alright, welcome back again. Alright, now that you have done some of the work, here's how you should have done it. Or one way you could have done it is, remember we're subtracting, so we can take our 82 from here, subtract 70, and let's see if there are, again, 12 centimeters between these 2 kites. 2 minus 0 is 2, 8 minus 7 is 1. Oh, look at that. This matches the top problem where it says one's 12 centimeters longer. That means this kite is 12 centimeters longer than this one. So my answer would be yes. Alright, that is number 1. Number 2, it says Bridget's hair is 54 centimeters long. She cuts off 7 centimeters of her hair. There are 2 parts. We have part A and part B. Go ahead and pause the video right now to figure out which number sentence, or write a number sentence to show how to find the answer. Alright, hopefully you found the answer. All you have to do is, if you know the cube strategy, first off to help you is circling your letter numbers. Cuts off is a keyword, is an action word. And how long is her hair is the question. So what you should have done is cuts off means subtract. If you cut off something, you are taking away from something. So your number sentence should have been 54 minus 7 equals box, since we don't know the unknown number, and we need to figure that out. So you could have done it this way. You could have written it this way over here. But you need to figure it out by doing 4 minus 7. Can't do that. So we're going to borrow from the 5. 5 becomes a 4. 4 becomes a 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. 4 goes down here. 47. So she has 47 in this box. That's our answer. So part B is 47. And go make sure you look back. Oh, she's talking about centimeters, so centimeters. So how long is Bridget's hair? 47 centimeters. Alright. moving on to number 3. Number 3 is a kind of a long one, and it can be complicated if you don't read the problem very carefully. So we're going to start off with number 3. So it says Sarah is 84 centimeters tall. Her sister is 15 centimeters shorter than she is. Their brother Joey is 13 centimeters shorter than Rachel. How tall is Joey? There are 2 parts, part A and part B. But if you look, this is not finished either, so we need to finish the number line before we do the rest of our work. The first part is cubes. Go ahead and pause the video again, do your cubes really quick, and resume. Alright, you should have done your cubes. You should have circled 84, 15, and 13. Underlining how tall is Joey because you were underlining the question. Then you need to box the word shorter. Means you're going to subtract. Alright, so we need to figure out how to find the answer. The question is, how tall is Joey? We need to figure out first, we know that this 84, if I look back at my problem, 84 belongs to Sarah. So Sarah, I'm going to put S for Sarah, is right here. We know that her sister, which is her sister, name is Rachel, is 15 centimeters shorter. Well, if I have the number 15 right here, I can see that they went back by 5 already. They went back by their 1, so I don't need to use this 5 anymore. But I do see they did another jump. I have to look and say, okay, they didn't finish jumping 15, so they have 1 10 right here. So we're going to jump 10 here. 79, go back 10, is 69. So that's how I figure out how tall Rachel is. But that's not our question, though. The question is, how tall is Joey? We'll look back in the problem. Their brother Joey is 13 centimeters shorter than Rachel. I wonder what we could do with this number line to figure out how tall he is. What I want you to do is pause the video, see if you can find out how tall is Joey, and go ahead and fill out the next 2. Part A says write the next equation to show how to find the answer. Part B says, well, how tall is Joey? So go ahead, please pause right now and take your time to solve it. Alright, welcome back. Okay, so we have part A. We have to write the equation to show how to find the answer. Well, if we know Joey is 13 centimeters shorter than Rachel, I have to subtract again. So I know it's going to subtract. Well, I know Rachel is 69 centimeters tall. We know that Joey's 13 centimeters shorter, so we're going to take away 13 here. But we don't know how tall he is. So I can go back to my number line and find out really quick. So if you think about the number, remember he's 13 inches shorter, centimeters. Let's start with our 1s. Let's go back 3. So we could go like this. 3. So I use my 1s. 69, go back 3 is 66. Now I have to use my 10s in my 13. So I only have 1 10, so I'm going to only do 1 jump of 10. This is my box right here. 66 minus 10 is 56. So how tall is Joey? Joey is 56 inches, centimeters, meters, or feet. Let's go back. Centimeters, centimeters, centimeters. So we're going to say cm for centimeters. All right. That was number 3. Move on to number 4. Let me turn my page here. Oops, have a little technical difficulty. There we go. Okay. So number 4 says, Sandy's plant measures 5 centimeters tall. 1 week later, it measures, that should say 10 centimeters tall. Which model shows how the plant grew? So you have the model here. You can see this plant grew centimeters, because our problem says centimeters. you can look at this plant. This plant grew 10 centimeters. I need to look at the model which would help me solve this problem. This is a part whole, so you're just picking one of the answers. So go ahead, pause the video again, and figure out which of these 4 would be the correct way to solve this. Alright, welcome back a third to fourth time. I've kind of lost count. Alright, so we need to figure out a part whole. Basically, you need to figure out, we know that we need to find the difference between them. Which one shows how much the plant grew? We know it started here and ended here. One way you could have done it is 10 minus 5. We know it's 5. But these don't look like this. So think of it like you have 2 candy bars. You have one candy bar here and one candy bar here. You have one whole candy bar for you, but your friend splits his in half, but you still have this, you both still have the same amount of candy. So all this is your whole is up here. The biggest number is up here. And if you go down, you're subtracting and you get your answer. Well, we know our answer is 5. So let's start with 15. 15 minus 5, well, that's 10. That's not what we want because nowhere in our problem said 15. Nah. Let's try this one. They said 5 is the bigger number. When you go down a part whole, 5 minus 10, I can't do that. That leads into a negative number that you won't learn until later on. Nope. Let's try this one. 10 minus 5 equals, oh, this one is probably the answer, but I want to check if this one is correct. Now in a part whole, think of it like this. If you don't know already, if you go down, you are going to subtract. But if you're going to go across, you will add. So for example, if I go back up here, 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. If I go over here, even though this is the wrong answer, it's still the same part whole that you could use. 15 minus 5 is 10. 15 minus 10 is 5. If I add 10 plus 5, it equals 15. Let's go up here. Oh, we don't know our whole, but it says 10 plus 5. We know that's 15. Well, the plant didn't grow 15. There's not 15 between here and here. We've checked all 3, so you would bubble in that one. Alright, but now we have Sandy, who, well, she says that it grew 15 centimeters in a week. Is she right? Why or why not? So she chose this one. Why is she right or wrong? Make sure you describe why. So go ahead and pause the video again and give me something quick. Is she right? Yes or no? Why and why not? Alright, back to part B. So Sandy says it grew 15 centimeters in a week. Is she right? Why or why not? She is wrong. So no. What does she do wrong? She added, and remember I'm explaining why or why not. Make sure you're writing so your teacher can read it. She added the numbers, you could say the height, together. Oops. When, what was she supposed to do? She was supposed to subtract. So when she was supposed to subtract. Simple and sweet. I answered the question, is she right? No. Then I answered why or why not. I said she added the numbers together when she was supposed to subtract. Alright, that is number 4. The very last question. comes in again, part A and part B. Part A. So we have John. He has a bunch of leaves here. John measures the lengths of these leaves with the stem. So, in your paper in front of you, make sure you're measuring how long these leaves are. So go ahead and do that right now and pause the video. You're going to have to use your ruler to measure each leaf in centimeters. Then fill in the table right here. Enter your answers in the boxes. So leaf A, go ahead and write down how long it is in centimeters. Then B, then C, then D. Go ahead and do that now.